Today we are going to see one of the key aspect of making a communication possible within a GSM system, and that aspect is nothing but localization and calling. If you remember, in the last lecture we have seen the protocol architecture of GSM. Okay, so today we are going to see the localization and calling concept. Okay, that means identifying the user location for making a call possible. Okay, so as we know, users are mobile within the GSM system, so it is difficult to maintain an exact location, but GSM always know where currently user is residing, and same number will be remain valid even if user goes anywhere in the world. Okay, so nowadays it is possible. And again, I'm repeating one thing, that is this particular study of GSM, we are studying about 2G systems. Okay, so how to keep the updates of these locations? So, if you remember, there are two basic databases present in the GSM system, that is the HLR and VLR. Okay, which helps in keeping the periodic location updates even if a user is not mobile in its coverage area. Okay, so even if you stay stationary, your updates or continuous updates, or we can say your updates, will be regularly given to the HLR and VLR. As we know, HLR contains all the user specific information like your phone number, that is MSISDN number, then current location and other parameter. Okay, but when you move from your home location to some foreign location, or from, for example, suppose from Mumbai you are moving, and if you go to Thane, or from Thane to Vashi or somewhere else, and that means you are moving from one location to other location, and the geographical location, we can say, or what we can say is, from one MSC to another MSC if you are moving, then VLR comes into the picture. Okay, where your current VLR will inform your home MSC, that home MSC means the HLR inside the MSC about your current location change. Okay, so as soon as mobile station moves into the range of new VLR, the new location area, HLR sends, that is your home HLR sends all your data needed for new VLR. Okay, now one key thing that we must note here is, although GSM can locate you, it's not according to the geographical coordinates, but GSM can identify your current base station, and through which it can identify. So for example, if you are in Mumbai and you move out to, let's say, suppose Delhi, so whenever your base station, or whatever your base station in Delhi you are currently residing in, so that base station will be identified. Okay, not the geographical coordinates of your location. Okay, so because that's what quality is needed for making a call inside your current base station. Okay, so it is not needed whether you are located in a particular lane or particular house. Okay, all you need is a current base station information. If you getting that current base station information, so you can easily able to make a call. Okay, this type of location updates are regularly happening inside a GSM system, even when the mobile user or mobile station are mobile, or they are not mobile. In both the cases, it can happen. Okay, so there are certain numbers that we need to understand, or that are keeping all these updates. Okay, we will see that one by one. So several numbers are needed. The primary requirement of those phone numbers are mobile station international ISDN number, that is MSISDN. Okay, which is nothing but our phone number. Okay, so this number consists of a country code. Okay, network provider as national destination code. And anyone just reply?
सर
Hello.
ये ऑडिबल।
हाँ now बीच में कट हो गया था क्या वॉइस?
हाँ सर, बीच में कट हो गया था।
ओके ओके Okay, so we are going to see that which numbers are used for keeping all those updates. So several numbers are needed. So primary requirement of phone number is our mobile station international ISDN number, that is MSISDN. Okay, so which is nothing but our phone number. So this number consists of country code, then network provider code, that is national destination code, means the address of network provider, and the subscriber identification number. Okay, suppose for example here you can see here, you can take this particular example. Okay, okay, in this particular example here you can see that is plus 49 is the country code, and that is for Germany. Okay, similarly let's take an example of India. Our country code is plus 91. Okay, so you might know that already, but still it is a part of syllabus. So these are the two digits we are using in India as a country code, CC code. So some countries have three digits also. We have seen the example 179, maybe the example. Okay, so depending on your country, this country code will change. Then the national destination code. Okay, the address of network provider, NDC जिसको कहा जाता है, that is national destination code. For example, suppose I am using Vodafone, so might be the 987. Okay, so here in this case 179 is the national destination code or address of the network provider. Okay, this is for just an example. Okay, and then it is followed by, basically this particular national destination code is of 3 digits. Okay, and that is followed by the 7 digit number. Okay, that is nothing but a subscriber identification number. Okay, so in India we have a 7 digit subscriber identification number, 3 digit network provider code, and 2 digit country code. Okay, so in India we have 12 digit number that is valid in our country. So some countries have different combination, maximum up to 15 digit phone numbers are there. In India we have only 12 digits. Suppose if it is starting from 91. Okay, suppose this is my number. So this is the country code, this is the network provider code, and remaining is the subscriber identification number. Okay, so this is our phone number which is stored in the HLR. So this number is used for making a call to a particular user. If you want to call someone, you must know this MSISDN, and we all know this MSISDN only. Okay, then the second number, which is the IMSI number, International Mobile Subscriber Identity. Okay, so IMSI is somewhat similar to the MSI ISDN, but this is a unique identification of subscriber. Okay, what do you mean by unique identification? We'll see that. Again, it is a combination of three part. Okay, again it is a combination of three part. The first one is MCC. First is the mobile country code, like 240 is the mobile country code for Sweden, 208 is the mobile country code for France, and similarly we can find the country code in MSISDN. We have already seen that. Okay, then mobile network code, then it is followed by MNC, that is mobile network code. Okay, like your national destination code. So that is code of network provider. Okay, so this is a unique, quite similar. And finally, your mobile subscriber identification number, which is again similar to the MSISDN. Okay, so here one key thing that we must note, that although the three fields which are shown in the MSDN and IMSI both are same, but both numbers are not same. Okay, why? Let's see that. What is the difference between these two numbers? So this is MSISDN is our phone number, and this is your identification number. Okay, fields in the both numbers are same. Now MSISDN is used for basically making the call. So whenever you want to talk to someone, you dial MSISDN number. So this is a public number or publicly available. Okay, so this number cannot be used for authentication or encryption. Okay, so though the MSISDN is already available in the public, so this cannot be used for authentication and encryption. Okay, because this is not your private information. Okay, this is your public information. Now to authenticate a particular user or to provide a ciphering key for encryption, you need a unique number which will remain private. Okay, so for that reason IMSI is used. Okay, so with your data will be encrypted using this IMSI number. Okay, not with the MSISDN number. Okay, so identity of your number is not even known to ourselves also. We don't know our IMSI number. We don't know, we only know the MSISDN number, but it is stored on the SIM card. So the key aspect is IMSI is unique and it remains private, whereas MSISDN is public and it is known to everyone. Okay, so it is used for making the call. Okay, so that is the difference between MSISDN and IMSI. Okay, both numbers are useful in locating a particular user. Okay, so after that, the next number which is used for localization is TMSI. The next number which is used for localization is TMSI. Okay, that is temporary mobile subscriber identity. Okay, now when your data is getting transferred over the air interface, that is UM interface, so it is possible that several attacks by the intruders can happen. Okay, so because it is a free medium, we know that. So to hide your IMSI, okay, which should remain private because it validates you as well as it encrypts your data. So you are assigned a temporary number, which is called as a TMSI number. Okay. Now TMSI is a 4-byte number, that is local subscriber identification number. It is selected by the current VLR. It is selected by the current VLR. So suppose if you are in Mumbai, okay, suppose if you are in Mumbai, which is your home circle, so HLR will be present here. Okay, but you move to the new location, suppose that is Thane. Okay, so now this is your current circle, so here VLR will be present. Okay, so VLR associated with this circle will assign you the TMSI number. Will assign you the TMSI number, not the home circle. So always remember TMSI is associated with the VLR, not with the HLR. Okay, so because TMSI is temporary, so it will be hide your actual IMSI, which is assigned by your home circle. Okay, so your IMSI is kept hidden and the TMSI is assigned for you, or for authentication as well as encryption. Okay, so your original information is kept secret using this TMSI. Okay, so not only TMSI is temporary for this particular circle, that is your visiting circle, but it is temporary for the period of time as well. So if even if you remain in Thane for longer period, suppose, or longer period of time, suppose. So your TMSI will keep changing or keep getting changed throughout your existence in that particular VLR. So TMSI is temporarily available in the VLR or VLR sale, we can say. Then the last number which is assigned or it is used for particular VLR is MSRN number. Okay, that is mobile station roaming number. So it is also, or it also hides your identity and location. Okay. So next is MSRN number, that is mobile station roaming number. It also hides your identity and location. So the VLR generates this address on request from MSC, and address is stored in the HLR. Okay. So it also contains the entities like country code. Okay. It also have the entities like country code, then national distribution code, that is visitor national distribution code BNDC, and the subscriber number. Okay, so now if you consider the same situation, that is moving from Mumbai to Thane. Okay, so we have acquired TMSI with us and MSRN with us. Okay, so we have TMSI to keep our communication encrypted over the air interface in the foreign location. Okay, this is our foreign location, we know that. So TMSI is useful for authentication and encryption in this particular location. Okay. Now, but to make a call, suppose, so you need to dial someone's number. So now you have been assigned the MSISDN for that, which is a public. But this MSISDN refers to the home circle. Okay, because you have acquired a subscriber number for this circle. Okay, that is your home circle. Now if you move to a new circle, that is this circle, that is in Thane region, so then you will be redirected towards your home circle, but you don't live here right now. That means in your home circle, so you need to have the new identity, that is a foreign circle identity, which should be public. So similar to a private identity, there should be some public identity also. Okay, so in foreign circle, this public identity is nothing but the MSRN. Okay, so if you compare the HLR, you will have, if you compare this with the HLR, you have MSISDN as the public identity, whereas IMSI as the private identity. So when you move to the new location, you will have TMSI as a private identity and MSRN as a public identity. Okay, so there is binding between MSRN and MSISDN. Okay, when you move into the new circle. Okay, I think this is clear to you. That is MSISDN and IMSI that remain in home circle, whereas TMSI and MSRN are in temporary identities when you move out to the new circle. So MSRN is public, MSISDN is public, TMSI and IMSI both are private identification number. Okay, so these are the four numbers which are needed to be find a subscriber and maintain the connection with the mobile user. Okay, so let's see, after knowing all this information, how to make a call. Okay, or how the call setup procedure take place, that we will see, or how call procedure is completed within a GSM system. Okay, so there are two procedures or two scenarios discussed over here. One is when we make a call from a landline user to mobile user, that is L to M. Okay, which is called as a mobile terminated call. This particular procedure is known as mobile terminated call or MTC. Okay, that is mobile originated call by the mobile to the landline. Sorry, mobile terminated call from a landline user to a mobile user, that is mobile terminated call. Okay, and the other one is M2L/M wins mobile originated call by mobile user to the landline or the mobile user, that is MOC. Okay, so landline to mobile and mobile to landline or the mobile user. So this is known as the mobile terminated call MTC, and this is known as mobile originated call MOC. Okay, so let's see one by one. First, in the first step here, we'll see all this 17 steps. I'll explain all these 17 steps. So the first step, let's say that this is your home location. That is, suppose landline. You are calling from landline. Okay, on which you dial a particular mobile number. Like, suppose if you dial my number, that is 9004671265. Okay, that is a 10-digit mobile number. So now add this. We know this is the landline number that we are dialing from a landline. Okay, so it will go to the telephone exchange first. It will go to the telephone exchange first, that is PSTN, where it will be identified the dial number is a mobile number in the second step. So what PSTN does here in the second step? In the second step, it forward this call to the GMSC. It will forward this call to the GMSC. Okay. So that we know in the GSM architecture, GMSC is what? GMSC is the gateway MSC between GMSC system, sorry, GSM gateway MSC in the GSM system and fixed telephone network system. Okay, so GMSC is forwarded a call that is initiated by the landline, and in a third step, now GMSC will find out, because GMSC have the MSISDN list, so it checks the HLR present within that particular system and tries to identify your location. Okay, so let's say you have moved out your home location now. Okay, so you are now in Thane region, suppose we have already discussed. So HLR will check whether user currently is, or where user is currently available. So now HLR keeps regular updates, so it must know your current location also. Okay, so it identifies the current VLR of your location. So in the fourth step now, it contacts the VLR and checks for the availability status of your current network. Okay, so VLR responds now with the appropriate parameter in the fifth step. So VLR now respond with the appropriate parameter in the fifth state, that signal strength, whether the signal strength is good or not, or mobile is currently available for taking call or not. So it is subscribed with what kind of services. So all such relevant information is replied by the VLR. Okay, once HLR knows that such information will be received by HLR, so it is forwarded to GMSC in the sixth step. Okay, same information that is forwarded to GMSC. Remember, these are the two databases, HLR and VLR. So they don't process the data, they just exchange the information. So once GMSC acquires this information in the sixth step, GMSC now realize the current location of the caller user. Okay, so that happens in the sixth step. So now once GMSC is aware about the current location of the called user, so it contacts the respected MSC. Okay, so this MSC in our example, it will be related to the Thane region, because we know the current MSC is in the Thane region. So now within this MSC, there are several base stations subsystem available. You can see here several base station subsystems are available. So how to contact them? So once the request comes from GMSC to MSC in the seventh step, okay. So what MSC does here? So MSC first thing it does, it acquires the information from the VLR, that is in this step number 8 for the particular user. So what kind of information it acquires, whether this particular user exists in this current MSC or not. So that is checked by this 8th step. So request is sent to check availability of the user. Now VLR respond that yes, this user is present by matching the information provided by the MSC in 9th step. Okay, so that is 9th step. So now once MSC confirms that the user is within the current MSC, and that is this particular MSC, okay, which is sent out to all base station subsystem. Okay, so in the 10th step, what it will do? So it sends out a paging message in the 10th step. Now paging message is a broadcast message. So here if you see the number 10 is repeated multiple times. Why? Because it is a broadcast message which is sent out to the all base station subsystem within that MSC to finally identify where exactly mobile station is available. Okay. So all the base stations forward this broadcast message to their respective sales. So what BSS does, all the BSS will broadcast that particular paging forwarded to all the MS available in that BSS system. Okay, that is base station subsystem. Okay. So in the 11th step, same message which was paging message which was broadcast by the MSC will be broadcasted in the 11th step. We have seen. Now finally, mobile station, suppose under this particular BSS, if the mobile station is available, okay, so it receives the broadcasting message by which it identifies that this message is for me. Okay. Now user in other base station will check this paging message and they will get to know that this message is not for them and they will not going to respond. Okay. So this MS will know that this particular message is for him and it will respond in the 12th step. Okay. So once it responds to the base station and it informs the same to the MSC in the 13th step. Okay, and in the 14th and 15th step, if you see MSC authentication procedure is completed. Okay, so in the 15th step, your authentication is completed, which is replied to the base station. And again, if you see, after once the authentication completed in 16th step, it will reply to the base station. Okay, that authentication is complete, and call setup will started in the 17th step. Okay, so during this authentication process, also encryption parameters are provided to the mobile station to keep the communication between two encrypted uh, parties. That is ciphering key is provided to them by the MSC. So this is how the call will be set up. That is, and how the two parties will be able to communicate. Okay, this is all about mobile terminated call. Okay, so now let's see about the mobile originated call. Okay, so now mobile originated call is quite simple. Let's take an example of mobile to mobile call. Now this is the calling number when you dial someone's number. Suppose now I'm talking about mobile originated call. Okay, so this is my calling number, means mobile station. So now my number is now a calling number. Okay, so when I dial someone's number, so in the first step, the request goes to the current base station. Okay, now which forwards this request to MSC. Now what does this request exactly contains? So it contains request for acquiring the frequency channel for making the communication possible, and MSC decide which channel should be allocated So base station forwards the channel to the MSC. Okay. Okay. So now we will see how this request forwarded to the MSC. The first task of the MSC that MSC does is verifying the authenticity of the user. Okay. That happens in the third and fourth step. Authenticity will be if in the VLR, or if it is the HLR, then it will be checked with the HLR directly. Okay. So here you must write down VLR/HLR. Okay. So this is how the ciphering parameters or the encryption parameters are verified. Okay. Once that is assigned or that is verified, then MSC tries to find out the call number. Suppose M1 is the calling number and M2 is the call number. Okay. So this is my M2 and this is M1. Suppose so M1 will be present here. Okay. So let's say M1 is calling number M2, that is call number. So M2 should be located now. Okay. So MSC tries to find out M2 location. Okay. So if your call number is a mobile number, you will not contact the GMSC. Listen carefully. If your call number is the mobile number, you will not contact the GMSC. But if your call number is the telephone number, if M2 is a telephone number, let's say that is T2 is the telephone number, so MSC will contact the GMSC. That happens in the fifth stage. Okay. And GMSC forward this request to the telephone network. So telephone networks already knows where the user is because we know that telephone is the fixed network and fixed device. So location is fixed. So telephone network immediately replied with the availability of the channel or circuit or resources, and connection is confirmed to the MSC. Okay, once this connection is confirmed, MSC respond the base station, and after 8th and 90 is response to base stations and set up the connection with the mobile station. So this is how the call will be completed. So if a call is terminated on a mobile number, what will happen? So this part will not be happen. This GMSC and other part will not be happen in that case. So we'll not connect to the GMSC. What will happen? MSC will contact the another MSC. Will contact to the another MSC, or if it is in the same base station, then it will again go back to the same base station. Okay. And if it is another base station, it will contact the respective base station subsystem. And same process or same step like 5, 6, 7, 8 will be carried out for that particular BSS. Okay, so this will happen with the base station. So that is the only difference here. Okay, so this particular diagram is showing the mobile to telephone or mobile to mobile calling, that is mobile originated call. Instead of GMSC, there will be the base station subsystem when we have the mobile to mobile call. Okay, so this is how the mobile originated call take place when the mobile calling to mobile or mobile calling to landline. Okay, so that is what a setup is. Okay, so over the interface or the air interface that we know, that is VM interface, there are several different processes that are carried out in the timing diagram. You can see the timing diagram. So here is the mobile terminated call procedure, BTS and MS, that is here. Now I am talking about UM interface or MS to BTS in the mobile originated call. Okay. So what timing diagram is given for that? For mobile terminated call also or mobile originated call also. So BTS to MS, if you can see BTS to MS, this is the air interface between this. BTS to MS, that is UM interface. This is the air interface. So paging message which is broadcasted by the MSC is forwarded to all the MS within the base station control, base station subsystem. So then once the mobile station for which this paging message is given, it identifies that particular message, that is for MS, and it sends the channel request after that. Okay, and then the base station immediately assigns the channel to the mobile user. One by one you can see it assigns the paging response which is given. Then the paging response content acquiring of the channel. So successful acquiring of the channel will take place. Okay, so base station sends the authentication request to validate the user. After that, then so user will respond with its authentication response. Okay, parameter. Once this user authentication take place, the ciphering command like KC ciphering key, this will take place here. Okay, so ciphering keys will be given to the user. Okay, so user then encrypts the voice or data whenever it wants to transmit. So send out the ciphering complete command to the base station. Okay, once channel is ciphered, this connection is set up completely. Okay, and call will be confirmed. Okay, so both parties will be assigned the channel. Okay, so assignment command reception of channel is confirmed. Okay, by the mobile station, and finally we will getting or we will be transmitting the alert message from mobile to base station. That is our ring over the frequency channel. So it starts ringing. So this is all what happens between the base station and mobile stations. Once alerting is alert tone, that is ringing, will be provided to BTS, then connection will be done. Connection will be acknowledged once the phone is received, then data transfer take place. So similar kind of things happens between the BTS and MS of mobile originated call also. You can see instead of paging request here, it will start from the channel request. Other steps will remain same. Okay, so this is all about the localization and calling. Okay,